You're probably asking yourself the question, when and where will I use statistics? If you read a newspaper, watch TV, or browse the internet, you will undoubtedly see statistical information. There are statistics about sports, crimes, education, politics, and real estate, to name a few. With this statistical information, you can make a decision about the correctness of a statement, claim, or fact. Since virtually everyone will, at one time or another, have to deal with statistical information, you need to know some techniques to analyze the information accurately and thoughtfully. Included in this video are the basic ideas and words behind statistics and probability. You'll soon understand that statistics and probability work together. You'll also learn how data are gathered and what good data are. The first thing I'd like to go over is what's the difference between statistics and probability. Statistics is the collection, analysis, interpretation, and presentation of data. For example, we may want to survey the amount of time that students study statistics per week. That would involve using statistics. We may also want to do a study about how happy people are in their chosen profession. Again, that involves statistics. Probability, which is combined with statistics, often deals with the chance of an event happening. You might be interested in the chance of getting an A in this course, or geologists, for example, are interested in the chance of a major earthquake happening in the Bay Area. So what they do is they gather data based on fault lines that are going through the Bay Area, and based on what has happened in the past and how the quakes have occurred, they then use that information and those statistics to present information about the chance of another major earthquake happening. So they are combining probability with statistics. These two fields often go together. To start this chapter, we're going to be dealing with some key terms. These terms are all in your textbook, and we're going to apply them to the following situation. Let's say that we have a survey. We're interested in finding how long students spent at Mason, a community college, before transferring to a 4-year college. An experiment means what is it that we're doing? Well, what we're doing is we're finding out the average time spent at Mason before transferring. This experiment could be similar to any experiment that you did in a chemistry lab or in a physics lab, but very often statistical experiments involve surveying and going and asking for information as opposed to pouring chemicals together or testing out the laws of physics. The population is the group that we're interested in studying. In this case, we're interested in studying the Mason students who have transferred already, because they're the ones who can tell us how long they spent at Mason before transferring. Now, a sample in this case would be some form of subset of the population. There are many students who've already transferred and already finished their time at Mason and at their 4-year colleges. We probably don't want to go back and survey all of those students, so what we do is we take some sort of a subset of these students, and these students are the ones that we would be surveying. From there, we're going to find out the parameter, that is, the average time spent by all the Mason students who transferred. We can't find that out unless we were to survey every single student who ever transferred from Mason, which is not very practical. So what we do is we find the average time for this subset, and we hope that if we use proper sampling techniques, that this average would be a good reflection on what the true value is, what the parameter is. Now, in order to do this, we need to ask a question of the students or look up information. And the question that we're asking, our variable, would be, how long did you spend at Mason before transferring? And that student's answer would be the data. So the data might be 3 semesters, or 2 years, or 8 months. Once we collect the data, then we can find the statistic. So in our scenario, the statistic is the average time spent by our subset of students that we surveyed.